I think I'm just always going to be upset by this. I don't know how else to kind of put it. It's just plastic, but you feel betrayed, and I'm not sure that ever goes away because you lose that kind of trust there. And, obviously there's going to be a lot of people that say, hey, grow up, it's just video games, it's plastic, it's not important, it's this or that or the other thing. But for me, it just seems kind of shady for multiple reasons. And, at the end of the day, that's just how I guess I'm going to feel about it. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get over it, maybe not. But as of right now, definitely not. So it's just one of those things. I'm going to get into this because I feel like, it's something that I kind of want to talk about and get off my chest. So according to this, we get a little bit more information that looked like Sony and Rare were working very closely to port Sea of Thieves to PS5. And this was going on very much at a time when you had Jim Ryan sitting there in court on the Activision deal saying we can't trust Microsoft with our dev kits. We can't give them, our dev kits and give our competition our dev kits, blah, blah, blah. And you have Microsoft saying Sony's trying to kill us in the industry. Every time we put a game on their platform, they take their 30% and try to reduce our survivability rate. Et cetera, right? It's like just a bunch of ridiculous nonsense at this point. The amount of lies that not only Microsoft but Sony too. I mean, what a load of horse shit. So anyway, according to this, Sea of Thieves is the first Rare developed game to launch on a PlayStation console, and Sony was heavily involved in helping the studio bring the pirate game to its console. Speaking in an interview, producer Joe Neate revealed that Sony was helping the team at Rare during development of the PlayStation 5 version, attending meetings with staff and offering its own employees to help where necessary. He says, if we went to their studios, we had to go without wearing a Sea of Thieves t-shirt, as you can imagine, he said. This is the first time in Rare's 40-year history that we're developing on a Sony platform, which is incredible. It was quite surreal for us getting on a call and being presented with a set of slides about a platform that we never thought we would get an opportunity to go ship on. But honestly, for our tech team, it was like, let's just get kits in and start experimenting and figuring this out. We had them hidden away in a secret part of the studio with frosted windows and no one could peek in. It was excitement as much as anything else. So obviously the game is coming out on PlayStation April 30th, so about a month and a half from now. And again, and it seems like it's doing well in the pre-orders, I guess, but it's crazy to think back when the game, everybody was talking about this sort of thing and the Activision stuff was going on, and here we are, secretly PlayStation was helping port Xbox Studio games over to the PlayStation consoles. It's just so weird to me. I don't understand. I still don't understand that. I still don't get it. It's like, why do all this stuff where you go back and forth on the Activision deal? Again, it's like, it's just one of those things that really doesn't jive with me because, at the end of the day, Microsoft had this game that was actually bigger than, than Halo, bigger than Gears of War, bigger than, any other thing. Like, here's a fun fact, right? People don't realize this. People go, oh, it's a games as a service game. I mean, listen, so's Halo, so's Gears, so many other games, It's like you're not going to put those on PlayStation, right? I would hope not, right? So, again, we have this situation where, so many people are kind of talking about what's going on with Xbox and what's going on with PlayStation, and you're putting this game over there, and they're literally trying to put you out of business. So if this game does well on PlayStation, one, it means that Microsoft is obviously going to port more games to PlayStation. Two, it gives Sony money to go out there and buy more exclusives, and they're already getting like these really good exclusives, third-party exclusives. It's so weird to me that they're able to kind of do this and nobody does anything about it. It's like people go, oh, well, Microsoft gets 70%. Yeah, and what's Microsoft going to do with their 70%? They're not going to reinvest it into their platform. They're not going to get us exclusives, That's just one of the things that I feel like probably makes the least amount of sense about this whole situation is Microsoft doesn't do the whole third-party exclusive thing. And the reason why they don't do the third-party exclusive thing is because partly their own fault as well. due to the fact that, at the end of the day, Xbox has hardly any install base because they keep telling people not to buy their platform. Hey, don't buy an Xbox. Okay, so, people don't want to buy an Xbox, right? So they didn't buy an Xbox. So what do you do from that point on? Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. How is the stuff that they're doing, that they're picking and choosing to kind of talk about, how is this stuff, going to help Xbox at all, right? Okay, so you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox, but you still want to sell Xbox, right? I mean, if you still want to sell it, then why on earth would you go out there telling people, hey, don't worry about it or whatever, like that never made any sense to me. I really feel like, Microsoft kind of shoots themselves in the foot because, at the end of the day, they're not even sure what they want to do themselves, So that's super unfortunate, because I feel like they have a good product. And it seems like whenever they have a good product, they really kind of screwed themselves out of, of gaining more market share. And like I said, I've had arguments with people on, on social media. And, it always ends the same way. People are like, oh, well, consoles are a dying thing or whatever. Well, there only seem to be really dying for Xbox, to be quite honest about it. It seems like they're doing extremely well for PlayStation and extremely well for Nintendo. Like, Nintendo might break the all-time record for console sales. So, yeah, I don't understand the thought process behind this. And, at the end of the day, I think Microsoft is going to have to make some tough choices or what I believe will be some tough choices at some point along the line because, again, you have to be able to have, you have something that gamers are going to want. The gamers are going to want to go out there and kind of be able to enjoy. And like, to be honest with you, without some sort of exclusives, like I just don't see how they can go on doing anything, to be honest with you. So I hope that they switch things up, but again, it's really up to them what they want to do. And I don't think that there's going to be much in terms of what fans like me have to say about it. They're $1 trillion company and they're going to want to do what they're going to want to do. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at with it. And it is, I'm still salty over it. I'm still upset over it. All that kind of stuff. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. There's no good positive side for this for Xbox fans, right? If you're an Xbox fan, please save your breath with trying to spin this into a good thing, right? Sony 100% is not doing this. They're not going to put anything on Xbox. Maybe if Xbox had sales on their Xbox, that would be a possibility, but they have none, right? You're sitting at 24 million. PlayStation has 60 million. That's why they're putting stuff on PlayStation, right? That's why. There is no Xbox install base, and the ones that are on the Xbox install base are used to getting stuff off of Game Pass. They're not really buying much. It's unfortunate, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.